This is a video referring to Plato's aesthetics again, and this one is mostly referring to art and beauty themselves. Um, First of all, beauty, according to Plato, beauty is something that is that it behave. There's three characteristics of beauty, and I'm mostly referring to this from the Hippias Major. It's a dialogue that a good idea of what the beautiful is comes from the Hippias Major, and there's three little views about it from Plato. The first one is that beauty behaves like a form. Beauty acts like a form because it is a form basically. Um, a form is something that is this objective sort of being that causes instantiation in certain things, but we don't see the ideal reality of that form. We see its instantiations and representations. Second, beauty is not just like a regular form like redness or blackness uh, or anything regular. And if you think about the analogy of the cave or the line or even the sun, you're gonna understand that the good is up there in the is very up there on the spectrum of forms. It's like I'm pretty sure it's either at the top or very close to the top. I haven't seen that in a while, but beauty is just next to the good. It's right there with it because it's that important. Third of all, um, oh there's no third one. Okay. So this basically refers to beauty as this form, which is not really ordinary, and doesn't really show its ideality either. Just like the good doesn't, but it shows its 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 representation in particulars. Um, First of all, another dialogue that I was reading, and then I just basically wrote down a bunch of stuff here, and I wish I wouldn't do that because I read something and then I'll scribble it down in my shitty handwriting, but I got the essence of this. And this is from the dialogue of the Symposium. This kind of um, the kind of forms of art that there are here in this dialogue. Um, and I discussed them earlier. Um, we have painting and music are um, where we is where art basically is, because you're gonna find instantiations of beauty from that form in there. Now, in painting, we're mostly referring to vase painting here in these Greek times, but um, we have painting and we have music. These are where we find beauty according to Plato. Now, um, I guess what my thoughts are here is that painting and music are essentially where the art skill knowledge are, and then I guess I would also refer that to sculpture, architecture, and there are other art forms that are, creating of a certain thing, just like painting is. In painting, you're creating sort of a certain sort of structure, as you are in architecture, sculpting, pottery, and other things. That I think you find similar things that you will in painting there, but more like architecture and sculpture. Because I mean, I've seen I've seen sculptures that I have, had that sort of, sort of same kind of idea that you have when you see a painting like that. And then, but I guess I want to think about that. A painting. I mean, I guess I'm going to refer to a different kind of painting now. How about the? This is one thing I saw on Pinterest. It was one of Van Gogh's paintings. It was the painting of the boats that were in the water. It's one of the, not it's not the two that you'll find in the. It's not one of the two that you'll find in the doctor's office, but I find it to be very, very interesting to me, for one, because I can't really figure out why I'm interested in that, why I'm attracted to it. Now, I'm not saying that there's this form out there that I'm seeing only that I'm not even seeing a tiny bit of the ideal reality of. What I'm trying to say is that Plato has it right on where the art is, because where there's skill, knowledge in artists, they produce art, and in this art you're gonna find the beauty. And I guess that's what I'm thinking of as beauty, because when I look at a painting like that, or a painting of Picasso or of O'Keeffe, I personally have felt like I really like this, and I can't really put my finger on what it is I like about it. And I guess I've seen similar things in sculptures as I have in paintings, because they seem similar to me, but they're different. But I mean, no, they're similar, because I see certain similar things in them, similar ideas of why I can't figure out why I'm attracted to this one thing. And then music, I would say, is different. Music. Let's say I'm listening to Beethoven's Ninth Symphony. Now, that is not something that you can like figure out why you like that. I mean, it just sounds pleasing to you. Now, I want to use the word agreeable, but that's a notch below beautiful in Kantian terms, so I don't want to use that. But I guess the reason why I feel like I agree with Plato so much here about the differentiation between art and poetry is because poetry, you can break it down and you can see what's there, and you can put your finger on why that thing is pleasing to you. But with music and with vase painting, I mean painting and sculpture in general, you see something there where you can kind of, oh, this is pretty because of this, and this, but you can't really figure out like why a certain thing is beautiful, or why it's pleasing to you, or why it's beautiful and you want to put it up somewhere, So I guess I totally agree with Plato here. The only thing I don't agree with Plato about is that the fact that there's a form of beauty. I don't agree with him that there's a form of beauty somewhere that causes me to sense beauty in certain sculptures and paintings, in music. But the differentiation between art and beauty versus poetry, I totally agree with. Now this little discussion was from the major, the Hippias Major, as well as the Symposium, and the Statesman a little bit, and the Phaedrus, yeah. And that, I guess that's one thing that I find interesting about art, is because there is something that I can't figure out why why I am attracted to a certain thing, why I am attracted to the beauty of a certain painting.